Hey everyone, and welcome to the second episode of the very first season of Hey Louie. I'm honestly right now very excited, very humbled at the fact that I am doing episode number 2. I thought of this show about 2 years ago, and I only had one episode written, and now that I'm doing number 2, it feels very great, so thank you for the opportunity. Tonight I have a very special guest. Not only is she a very good friend of mine, but she's very close to me when I met her a few years ago. Ladies and gentlemen, Alma.
Hi,
I'm
Louie.
so sorry, but your name. Huremovic.
It's okay.
Forgive me.
I can't say it. I forget.
Oh my
What's
God.
my name?
Yeah, it's a little story of my life. But just welcome. Welcome to episode 2.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited for you. This is so fun.
Honestly, when I thought of episode 2, I was like, there's no special person I could have think of but you, to have you on here. So not a lot of people know this, but Alma and I go very back. We go back about, I say very back, sounds like forever ago, but
Yeah.
2 years roughly, like
That's
that?
a long time. And
Why don't you
when,
tell the
when you're our
people a little
age.
bit about you? Let them know who you are.
Absolutely. Well, we met in an acting class.
Yeah, we did. I was particularly not that good.
No, don't say that. Don't say that.
No, not true. I'm remembering now. So I remember I had a scene where I was a swinger with somebody. We were gonna go swinging with our couples, and Alma had a scene where a Billy boy, her horse died.
Yeah, crimes of the heart.
Yeah, crimes of
absolutely.
the heart.
And my horse
Billy
died.
boy died.
Billy boy died.
Oh
He
my
is
God.
dead.
I remember seeing you do that part, and I was so shocked and amazed at how talented you were. And I was like, oh my God, her name is Alma. Her name is, it translates to soul in Spanish. Also, Gal, Wonder Woman, little side note, her daughter's name, Alma.
I'll take it. I didn't
I'm just
even know
saying.
that.
Yeah, I did a little research before I came on here today.
Absolutely.
Are you, amazed or proud of what I've done?
Of course, it's you. Of course, you did
No,
your
of course,
research.
I don't have any notes, but like that's all up in here.
No worries.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of me, in terms of like, just where I'm from and how I got into acting, I was born in Bosnia, and my parents immigrated to the United States after the Bosnian genocide. And when I was little, to me, all the stars were people that were actors. And I guess part of just growing up, I wanted to do something different in the world. And to me, that was acting. So I did my first show in the 2nd grade. And since then, just between having it be for fun into growing into an adult and doing it something more seriously, I see it as a way of bringing people together. Theater brings people together. Acting in general brings people together. And I think that could do a lot for my home country as well. And I feel like it could heal a lot of hearts and a lot of souls. So I hope to keep acting and keep doing things like that. Yeah.
Before we move on to that, I want to backtrack a little bit. You said the
Sure.
2nd grade you had a show?
Yeah.
What did you do?
Okay, so I was in the Emperor's New Clothes, and I sang a song about socks, I'm pretty sure. And that there was I don't know what this was, but I think in the show they have this kid like run around in his boxers because he's losing his clothes. He's the Emperor. Which the more I think about it, the more I'm like,
Every day.
strange.
It's my life every day. I lose my clothes all the time.
Let's not have that happen on the show. We'll censor that.
No. We'll keep it all on. It brings me back to the 2nd grade for me. I think it was the first time I ever acted in anything. It was the Stinky Cheese Man. Anyone aware of the Stinky Cheese Man?
Is that real?
It's actually real. So it's like the gingerbread man, but with stinky cheese. So I was the chef, and I remember I had one speaking line, and they probably decided to never give me any more after that. And I was chasing around the Stinky Cheese Man with some scissors and little rolly things bakers use. What is that called?
The rolling pin.
This is why I'm not a baker. So I was chasing around with that. And I think that was the moment when I realized I can see myself chasing a Stinky Cheese Man for the rest of my life. It didn't go that well with me. Here we are. All right, but I met you on Holy Community College,
Yes,
and
absolutely.
we had an acting class together. And I remember just seeing you up there and doing your thing, and what you were saying about you want to represent your country.
Yeah.
And it amazes me. I remember I had Bosnian neighbors when I used to live in Binghamton, New York, at a young age, and I just remember it's a very kind of stereotypical thing when it comes to like Bosnians. I remember them. They're just kind of like, oh, very hardworking, very this, get a real job kind of thing.
Absolutely.
So when I met you, I remember being shocked and surprised how different you were, and it's a good thing. Like being different is good. Change is always good. Never fear it. Embrace it. Right?
Yeah.
So when I met you and you did that, and you definitely inspired me to do a little more. And to be honest, I'm not trying to be like whatever.
Yeah.
But half the reason I came up with this show is for people like you that I met during that time. And I'm kind of choking up just thinking about it. But honestly, I thank you for that. And we've done a lot.
Yeah.
We've been through. We've been through kind of heartbreaks together,
Yeah.
and I was there with you during a few of them. And for those who don't know, Alma is also a very talented songwriter and a singer. Her songs are they're killers. They're just so good. And we wrote many songs together during the summer of 2017. and 18 roughly.
Summer of
around there.
Feelings, I'm gonna call
It
it.
was the Summer of Feelings. That's a good album name. We're gonna remember
Summer of
this right now.
Feelings.
So when that album comes out, Summer of Feelings, hashtag it.
Yeah.
So I remember we did a lot of songs, and
Yeah.
one of them standing out to me. It won't be the one she's gonna perform tonight, but it was called Friends. And that song, can you tell us a little bit about that song?
Yeah, Friends, absolutely. So that was a summer that we were all, in this part of our lives where things were so tremendously changing for us. And I'd gone through this situation where I had a friend and I had this crush on him, and this song came about kind of like, I know you like me, but things aren't really happening for us. And I guess the lyrics just came about being in this, everybody's experienced this kind of unrequited but sort of requited situation. And that's just how the song came about. I mean, hopefully sometime we'll get through it. But yeah, I remember that was like a big one for us, absolutely.
I think that song was one of my favorite songs ever. We were in my, we were in my home. We just started to write, and those words came to you. And I just remember being like, wow. In 2 seconds, she can write a whole entire song. And I'm over here struggling with even like coming up with a word. And I remember one summer night, this was just before a play that we were actually a part of. We were sitting on the couch, and Alma and I were trying to write a song, and I had a guitar.
Yeah.
And I strummed the chord, and then she's like, do that again and keep doing that. And I'm like, oh, where are we going with this?
Yeah.
And then she kept it going. And then words came to you, and words came to you, and which led to the song that you will be actually performing later on tonight here on Hey Louie Episode 102. I have to stress
so
it because I'm
excited.
so excited about it.
Yeah.
And I want you to talk about that song.
Oh,
'cause that
yes.
song means a lot to, I remember what it meant to me in that moment. Please share with everyone what that song means to you.
Of course, well, a lot of what I remember from that song is just the environment that you're in, and the way you're writing music comes from a lot of like how you're feeling at that moment. And none of us got any sleep that night. And I remember being so tired in the morning, and I had lived in California, and I was having, just a couple of years back, and I'd come back home, and the song can be applied to a multitude of ways, so it's called Leads Me Back. And the way I wrote the song was for it to kind of be understood by people who are going through like a heartbreak or even finding new love, and that new love's not quite where they need it to be. But I wrote it for California, and a lot of the lyrics are like, it's leading me back to you, and that you is whatever you want it to be. I mean, that's the tagline of the song, it's leading me back to you. And I remember the music and just feeling that line over and over again. I mean, it leads me back to you, and it's you that I run to. So I'm really excited to perform that and just let people see what that's like and hear the song.
For anyone who's an artist,
Yeah.
we can say an artist, whether it's singing, writing, acting, anything that's performance-wise, what can you tell the audience, like, for writer's block, or if they're stuck, or if there's something going on in their lives personally that they feel like they can't do it, what advice can you offer to them? Because I know that through your life, what I've seen and what you have done to write music has inspired me to do so much too. I want you to be able to inspire other people who are viewing this show as well. What can you give them? What can you tell them?
I would say, first and foremost, art to me is your own truth. And your own truth is so hard to vocalize. And I think whether that's like a medium of like painting, writing, poetry, music, acting, in every shape or form, you want to be able to kind of open up your truth. And that is so hard. And the hardest part of writing anything or doing anything or whatever that is being honest. And a lot of what I do is when I'm writing a song, or if I'm trying to write anything, if I'm having writer's block and I'm overthinking it, the first thing I do is I go back inside and I go, what am I feeling? And how can I open that up for myself? What can I do right now? What can I create right now that will be a visual representation of what I feel inside? So my advice to everyone would be like, search your truth, and don't be ashamed of your truth, and write about it because it's hard, paint it because it's hard, do whatever you need to do so that you can have this thing that's yours, and that when you're ready, you could show it to other people or not show it to other people. Sometimes I write songs and I don't show them to anybody because they're for me and they're my own truth, and I can just look at them and they're there, and then you kind of move on. It's kind of like a journal or whatever people have.
Like a diary.
Like a diary. It's just search your truth and show people your truth. I think that's the most important thing, if you feel comfortable showing your truth.
Right. Yeah. That's something I believe everyone who's watching should keep in mind, or at least try to remember whenever it comes to feeling stuck or anything like that. I feel like Alma has been one of those people who, we need more Almas in the world, I guess I like to say. We definitely need them. And I want you to let everyone know what's next in store for you. What do you have planned? Like, what's the next thing people are going to talk about when it comes to your name? What follows that?
Well, the first kind of tangible thing I'm doing, I'll be in Steel Magnolias at the Theater Guild of Hamden this upcoming June. Come see me. Hopefully, I can put the dates up somewhere here if we have them.
Yeah, we can.
And then I guess life-wise, just more acting, more writing. I love writing music. There's no way I could ever sing it all. So if anybody ever needs some help with lyricism or just trying to, write something that they're having difficulty, going through, it's very therapeutic. They can, help me. I would love to collaborate. I would love to do that with people in the future as well. More traveling, and like I said, I'd love to go back to my home country and bring theater back there as a way to heal the world. That's like grander plan scheme kind of happening.
Makes sense,
but
though.
yeah,
It makes sense.
Thank you.
Like I said, my parents are from Puerto Rico, and just Bosnia and Puerto Rico very far, very different, but as in the standards, very similar.
Similar, same struggles sometimes.
And the way you're supposed to be one way, you're supposed to do one thing. I remember my dad would always tell me, "Oh, get a real job, get a government job."
Yes.
And I know that's the same with you. But here we are, and we're going to continue this as far as we can take it, which is like why you're here, which is why I want you here to share it with everyone. And tonight, Alma will be singing Leads Me Back, and she will have a very special guest along with her singing and playing the guitar, and it is me. I know it sounds weird, but it's going to be me. We wrote the song together, so we want to perform it together, and we're very fun.
It's honest. It's the way we wrote it. We wrote it together.
And we are also going to have Karina Savoy from last week, our very first episode. We all wrote the song together, and we all want to sing it and perform it here for everyone who's going to be watching.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited. Is there anything else you want to share? Anything else you want to tell anyone?
No, just live your truth and be a part of it. So
that is the message. Live your truth. Be you. Be proud of you. And just love it. Embrace it. Just everything is so good. That's what I like to do. Just remember, you're writing the chapter of your life. It's not the end of the book. You keep writing. Turn the page. It's all brand new. Alma, you are amazing. You are an inspiration. You're beautiful. You're gorgeous. You are an amazing soul. And I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you very much for saying yes to this. And I'm very hot right now, and she knows I'm very hot because I'm always very sweaty. But thank you so much, and I appreciate it so much. And stay tuned, everyone. We're going to be coming back later. We're going to be singing Leads Me Back to You and performing it here tonight on Hey Louie. Don't go anywhere.
I see the sun come down. I finally set foot in my new town. And 1,500 smiles, but nothing is the same. Well, there's things I need to see, places I need to stay, but it's you. Back to you. It's you that I run to. It leads me back. No matter where I run, no matter where I go, I keep turning to find you. In an endless sea of smoke, but it's you. It leads me back to you. It's you that I run to. It leads me back. And now I'm here all alone, 1,000 nights to carry me home. Oh. Now I'm here all alone, 1,000 nights to carry me home. But it's you. Leads me back to you. It's you that I run to.
Thank you very much for that. That was Alma and Karina leads me back here on Hey Louie. Don't go anywhere. We got a very special Christmas special coming up for you guys in just a few weeks. Stay tuned and subscribe. Thank you. If you're interested on being on the show, please send an email to the address on the screen below. Be sure to like and subscribe to our page. And thank you, and we will see you next time on our first season of Hey Louie. I can't wait to meet you all.